So we have coming around a handout. When Mulberry started teaching first HTML classes and then XML classes, as a matter of principle, we made sure to have all of the students working in the simplest possible environment. So we wanted them using a plain text editor that did absolutely nothing to help them, so that they had to put in all of the pointy brackets and all of the quote marks, and we had them from the command line calling first a well-formatness checker and then a validating parser, and then when they were transforming it, we had them from the command line calling XSLT, because we wanted them to know absolutely everything that was happening. No magic here, you can see everything. And what we discovered was that, when was it? Starting about 15 years ago or so, we started getting students who had never seen a command line.
What's a command?
And who didn't know what that was. And who didn't know what it meant to open a plain text editor. They'd never seen one of those either. And we started spending more and more time in what were supposed to be classes about XML or classes about XSLT, teaching them the basics of how to do things like edit in a plain text editor. And it finally occurred to us that that wasn't the point. And that all this effort we were putting to not hiding from them what was happening, which is what we thought tools with GUIs were doing, was hiding what was happening, was actually just confusing them. So we're taking our beginners, some of whom are document editors and who think that God created Microsoft Word in order for all text to be written in it, and this XML stuff is kind of weird and possibly ought to be illegal, but they're going to have to learn about it anyway. And okay, fine, use Oxygen. We're not going to teach you this great big complex tool. We're not even going to show you a quarter of it. So what we have is this little handout which tells our absolute beginners how to do the things that they need to do in order to get started. So when we say create a document, this is what you do. When we say validate the document, this is what you do. Because, you know, the little blue check mark and the little red check mark are not actually obvious to beginners what they mean. So, we have this little cheat sheet. I'm not saying that it's the best possible cheat sheet, but it's what we use, and I thought you might find it interesting. Questions, comments? Yeah.
Are more copies available online?
No, but I can't think of any reason why we wouldn't. We haven't put it online because nobody's asked. But sure, we can do that. Check in about a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tend to start with a text view or an author view of the document.
I don't even tell them the author view exists.
Remember, we're teaching XML.
We're teaching XML, we're not teaching how to create documents. So we don't tell them, if they find the author view because they're poking around, well, they're curious enough to poke around, and I'm perfectly happy to show them what it is. But we keep them in the text view because what we're trying to teach them is what are these pointy bracket things, and what do they have to do with them, and what are the rules about them, and how do they relate to the DTD or schema. And so we're teaching, when we use this, we're teaching Introduction to XML, XML Basics, Introduction to XSLT. This is for beginners.
Sometimes we'll demo that stuff at the end, so just a wow, there's a lot more.
And we had a question right there.
Okay, I live in the Hampton Roads area, and the thing is, I'd love to learn more about this. Do you guys do like some kind of virtual class or something like that, or do you,
We have never done virtual classes because when I take virtual classes, if they're not really, really good, they're really, really bad.
yeah.
And we don't know how to do them really, really well.
Like, well, I have experience with XML, but I might have some questions that might kind of go beyond the scope of just looking at technical documentation. Can you guys help us there, or?
Let's talk. Yeah.
Okay, cool, all right.
We're consultants.
Awesome.
What Mulberry basically is XML consultants, and incidentally, we teach them classes. So when somebody says, can you help me with something XML related? Probably. We'll talk about it.
I just have a comment, because I like your approach to teaching people about employee practice. Because I had a frame maker guru once tell me that frame making plus XML was the greatest XML tool in the world because the writers didn't have to deal with those pesky little tags.
Well, I don't think the writers should have to deal with the pesky little tags when what they're supposed to be thinking about is, how do I explain what my widget is and in what order do I want to tell people to do things? But I do think they need to know about those pesky little tags.
That's my point. You just didn't
Because
understand.
otherwise, from time to time, they're gonna step on their own shoelaces and fall flat on their faces.
Or create very, very bad structure.
Yeah, same thing. Okay, that's all I had to say.